Today we are doing something a little bit different. We have some, kind of like a pork Wellington, but it's not. So we have puff pastry. We're gonna put some of our Serrano ham on the puff pastry. We have a nice onion jam that we made up, and I think it's gonna go beautifully with this pork. That's gonna go on the Serrano ham. And in the meantime, we're gonna sear our pork tenderloin, salt, pepper, of course, and then we're gonna put that on top. We're gonna wrap it. We're gonna put it egg wash, and we'll bake it in the oven, 350 degrees until it's cooked. I think it's gonna be half an hour to 45 minutes, I'm not sure. And when it's done, it's gonna be similar to a beef Wellington. Yeah, let's get right into it. So first we're gonna start by seasoning our pork, and we already have our pan hot, so it's ready to go. So I'm just gonna put some olive oil on there, salt, pepper. Just in case you're wondering, I'm using a tri-pepper in here, so it's got red, white, and black peppercorns. Just gonna make sure we get that seasoned on both sides. Okay, we got our pork tenderloin very well seasoned. We're just gonna get that in the hot pan over here. We're just gonna sear that off. And we just wanna get some color on our pork tenderloin here. That's it, that's all we're trying to do right now. Well, we have our pork, it's basically ready to go. It's all seared up. So we're gonna get our Serrano ham on the plastic, like so. We'll get our onion jam on here. I'm just gonna get a little brush and give these a little brushing of mustard there. You can use whatever kind of mustard you like. It doesn't really matter, it's just a binder. I prefer yellow mustard. You could use Dijon mustard. If you enjoy the horseradish and the bit of kick it gives you, you could use a grainy mustard if you want that texture. I am a simple man with simple tastes. Yellow mustard is good for me. So we're gonna put our pork on there. We're just gonna wrap this. We're just gonna twist that up so it's nice and tight. And we're gonna sit that in the fridge until it sets, maybe about 20 minutes. Pork tenderloin we had to trim up just so it would fit in the puff pastry. And since we don't like to waste food, we decided to keep our pan on high, cover it in a Cajun spice, and just make these little pork Cajun bites. They're absolutely delicious. So we cut into one, still a little pink, looks perfect. And there we go, Cajun pork bites. Delicious side treat to have while you're waiting for the rest of the meal to cook. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes since we put that in the fridge. We're just gonna unroll our puff pastry here. You wanna try and do this a bit quick just so it doesn't get too warm, and just give it a bit of a roll. And we're just gonna roll that. We're gonna meet about there, so I'm gonna get my egg wash down just to give it a bit of a seal. Just gonna fold in these ends. We'll get this on our sheet. All right, so we got our puff pastry on our sheet. We're just gonna brush it with egg. Now this is just egg yolk. You can use egg yolk and whites. You can't just use whites, you need the yolk. All right, we got our egg wash. Just gonna give it a little sprinkle of salt. Maybe just score it a little bit. We'll get that in the oven, 350 degrees, probably about half an hour. But you'll be able to tell by the color of the pastry. And of course, we'll show you that. And we'll see you in a bit. This is the perfect time to take advantage of the cat. Her claws are stuck to the carpet. Haha, you can't do anything. Why don't you use your other paw there, Mittens? Oh, you got it. All right. That's our killer kitty. Apparently, she just wants to show us her butt. Okay, well, that was 45 minutes. We're just gonna check on it. And it's looking pretty good. As you can see, we have a nice golden brown color on our puff pastry here. Now we've just pulled it out of the oven, so we are going to let it rest a little bit before we cut into it. Otherwise we're going to lose all of our juices out of the meat. So we'll come back in about another 10 minutes and we'll cut it open and have a look. All right, so we've been resting it for about 10 minutes. We're just going to take it off the wire rack that I put it on to rest. So we're just going to cut into this and have a look and see what it looks like. So there we have our pork sort of Wellington. I don't know what to call it.
Yeah, it's really not Wellington, because it's not like a jerk salad.
This is our faux Wellington.
It's a pork faux Wellington.
Yeah, and there we go. This is our pork faux Wellington. Ready to go.